I'm Kamani, and I'm here today to talk to you about whether collegiate athletes should be paid or not. There's an ongoing debate in the world of college sports, and that is whether or not collegiate athletes should be paid. Are any of you athletes at ASU or have friends that are athletes here at any other schools? Okay. I have many friends that are collegiate athletes at ASU and different schools, and it's a little different at every school, but when they express some of their struggles, it's kind of all the same. I think that college athletes should be given some type of stipend for the billions of dollars that they bring in for their school and the big-time companies that represent them, such as Nike and any companies of that nature. They're significantly benefiting off of their image. So I'm going to let you know about the problem, the cause of it all, and then I will let you know what you can do so there can be a solution, hopefully, in the near future. So let's take a deeper look at the problem of paying college athletes and the issue of amateurism versus professionalism. According to the Stanford Review, payment for play is what separates an amateur from a professional. College athletes are still considered to be on amateur level, which is why many will argue they shouldn't be paid. When student athletes on full scholarship move out of the dorms, they receive a lieu check, or cash in lieu of their room and board. The athletes turn a copy of their lease into the school, and every month they receive funds to cover their rent. However, this money only covers room and board, leaving many student athletes without any additional funds. In sports that take up a lot of time and dedication, like football and basketball, players are not allowed to have jobs to make extra money, leaving them in quite a predicament to get extra funds, and sometimes they have to resort to unorthodox methods to obtain more money. If these players are amateurs, then why the big-name sponsors and television contracts and the companies that are benefiting and making billions off of their image and their name? An article I read on Daily Finance called NCAA Rules Trap Many College Athletes in Poverty stated that a football or basketball player on full scholarship would have to pay about $3,222 out of pocket. It also said that 85% of students living on campus and 86% of students living off campus were living below the federal poverty line. So $513,922 is what the University of Texas football players are valued at, and $1,025,656 is what the Duke basketball players are valued at. And both of these sets of players are said to be living below the poverty line. The players give their time, dedication, and risk their bodies all for the sport they love, but they're not really reaping the benefits of this. The school and the sponsors and the television networks making money off of them are the ones reaping the benefits. A little stipend from the money these players would bring in would not hurt. Imagine all the money and all the companies. Imagine all the money and the companies would lose out on if there was an NCAA lockout. I think the problem should be addressed before it's irreparable. Non-student athletes are able to get jobs and work overtime to make extra money. However, the athletes cannot. I know many say they already have a lot of perks, and I agree they do, but the perks don't help them financially within their daily life. I know many of us wouldn't want to not be able to have a way to make extra money legally. So what's causing this problem, and why can't these players be paid? And why can't the companies that are making money off of these players cut a deal with the schools to at least compensate the players for utilizing their image? Many of us partake in the excitement of Saturday college football and tune in to see our favorite team or our favorite player. But we don't think about what the player has done that day to make it onto the field and play for our entertainment. According to the New York Times, college football and basketball bring in more than $6 billion in yearly revenue, which is more than the NBA. Yet the players never see any of this money, and not too many people are on the players' side. Those against giving the players a stipend claim that it would, once again, compromise their amateur status, and that there's just definitely not enough money in the budget. But with the big production that NCAA college football is, or college football or any type of college sports is, it's almost as if it's the pros anyway. The schools, sports analysts, and anyone else against the issue says that there's not enough money, but with the $6 billion, I feel like there can be something in the budget for these players. In the eyes of the top dogs running these programs, they're being paid well, and the football or basketball program may be doing well, so it's not an issue that's of urgency to them because they're getting a paycheck and they don't care if the players reap the benefits. They seek out and recruit the best players so they don't lose their job and they get paid even more. And there's definitely no room in the budget for these players that are putting in the work. The system seems to be a little distorted. It's time to no longer just argue the issue, but to someone to step up to the plate and make a change for these players. Perhaps the players have been a little bit too passive, and they should speak up as well, but they also are put into a sensitive spot. and it's time for them to voice their opinion. So what can we do to solve this problem and make it so that these players are able to receive a cut into the funds of the ever so lucrative industry that they play in? Well, the president of the NCAA, Mark Emmert, was willing to bend somehow and give these players a little bit of money without jeopardizing their amateur status. He instated that Division I schools were able to give their athletes a $2,000 stipend, which would not necessarily be pay for play, but more so an increase in the value of their scholarships. Whatever they choose to call it, the players would finally be getting the compensation that they deserve. Unfortunately, that didn't last for long, and conference commissioners, as well as the university athletic directors, claimed that it was not affordable. So they put a pause on that right now. They're planning to meet on January 14th to debate the issue. As an audience, what you can do to help these athletes, or help yourself if you are a student athlete, is speak up and voice your opinion. And as a fan paying for tickets, you're an outsider looking in, so your opinion may be respected more than just the regular student athletes. My hopes for forthcoming is that on January 14th, the 2,000 stipend will be able to be put into effect, and if not that, then the college, the players, presidents, and commissioners will be able to agree on terms that work for all of them, but especially in favor of the players that are out there on the field putting in their hard work. Thank you.